Before I get into anything, just wanted to let you know, this entire video contains spoilers or potential future spoilers. If you've been trying to hide from New Horizons data mines, then click away now. Okay, cool. Nintendo released the new 1.11 update along with an article on their website explaining the new items and events that the update would add, but not everything. The article left out a few new items that are coming up in the fall. It's unknown if these were supposed to be announced or just added a little bit early in preparation for some type of Halloween update. But they are adorable, and I cannot wait for them to be officially released. These new fall items were not the only things added that Nintendo didn't tell us about. They like to hide a lot of stuff in the code. Thanks to our lovely community data miners who have poured their hearts and souls into deciphering the code, we know about the little hidden things that Nintendo slips in every update. This information specifically comes from Asteriation. I think I'm saying that right? Their site can be found in the description below. So what did Nintendo add in the code? What does it mean? Do they add it specifically for us to find, or do they need it to set up for future updates? There are a couple exciting things that Nintendo has blessed us with. First and foremost, more evidence of a museum cafe. Over time, the developers have been adding a little bit here and there, working their magic for a cafe to appear. Hopefully. Even though there's literally code showing proof of NPCs having the potential ability to talk about the progress of said cafe being built, I still don't 100% believe that the Pigeon Milk King Brewster is going to return to the Animal Crossing series. I mean, it makes sense. If Nintendo listened to us at all over the past year and a half, one of the main things practically everyone has been asking for is Brewster and the return of the cafe. We've gotten a little closer with the inclusion of the boba items during the August Fireworks Festival. There's even coffee boba. Oh, we're so close. Just add them, Nintendo. What's taking so long? That's all that there really is for cafe in the code at this time, in addition of having the villagers know that a cafe is being built and talk about it to us during construction. But something is better than nothing, right? We get a taste, and boy oh boy does it taste good. I have no idea what else this could possibly mean. At this point, I feel like worst case scenario, a cafe is added and Brewster is replaced. Could you imagine? Oh my god. People would probably burn their Switches. Instead of Brewster, we get like Milky, his nephew or something. Ugh, so cruel. Next, there are references of Fortune Friendship and Fortune Item. This could mean a lot of things. But who do we know that has to deal with fortunes in Animal Crossing, who is just released into the wild through a real-life app that most of us have forgotten about because Nintendo hasn't added any new items for us to redeem? That's right, Katrina. Now, I could be totally off. Maybe this refers to something completely different. There really isn't enough information here to correctly predict where Nintendo could go with this. At least not enough for me. My lack of coding knowledge prevents me from being able to accurately predict how a developer would use said code. But Fortune Item makes me very excited. And it would make a little more sense as to why Nintendo added Katrina randomly into the Nook Points app. I guess Katrina and her words are a cute little feature to look at when claiming points every day. I actually quite enjoy her dialogue. Shocking to say for something related to New Horizons. But her inclusion just seems super random at the time, which made me believe that it was some kind of foreshadowing. Or I'm thinking too much into it, and Nintendo just thought it would be cute to add her to the app for almost no reason. If Katrina is added, does the Fortune Item code mean that we'll get some type of new furniture item? Does it also mean that luck is returning to the game? Luck is one of the mechanics I have missed. Sure, it sucks when you log on and have a bad luck day, but falling on your face every now and then is pretty fun. Don't you want an even better chance of finding sea bass? Huh? Just kidding, pretty sure good and bad luck never actually affected the spawn rates of fish and bugs. It did, however, do things like cause you to trip and fall occasionally, sometimes fart when you sit on a chair, and make it harder to increase your friendship with animal neighbors around town. Luck would vary my New Horizons day. At this point, I would love to have a bad luck day. Just something to make me giggle for a second. Change up my normal daily routine with things like smashing boba on the ground. And if items are involved, that would be amazing. In New Leaf, we were able to purchase a Tingle hat or a Daikoku hat that the player could then wear. I would love some amazing blow-up HD Katrina furniture. I know we have the space and Zodiac stuff in the game already with Celeste, but oh, give me that Katrina merch. Whatever it means, I'm down for it. Even if these fortune things are just new items. I 100% understand the want for a large update. I'm in the same boat as everyone else. But but I do really enjoy the small holiday updates. The new items they provide for us are amazing and allow us to work that creativity muscle. It's the Fortune Friendship part of the code that I'm questioning. Who knows, maybe these are very loose plans. Again, don't want to get my hopes up too high. There isn't too much here that could give us a good hint as to what could possibly be added. Regardless, I'm excited. Those are the two exciting parts of the data mine. The rest is useful information, but nothing that hints towards future updates. The code does give the odds for the player getting specific items from Red during the fireworks festival. According to the data mine, you're guaranteed one of each new item based on what you've already cataloged from the past. After you've received the new items, there is a % chance of getting the repeats. Fox Stand has a 40% chance. I believe these are the expendable firework items like the sparklers, fountain fireworks, and bubble blowers. There's a 10% chance for a non-expendable item like the Uchiwa fan, pinwheel, and tweeter. 12.5% chance for a balloon in the 5 different colors, and finally a 37.5% chance for one of the new food items, boba, cotton candy, and popsicle. It might take a few raffle tickets, but getting extras of the new food items shouldn't be super difficult if you wanted them. The last part of the data mine includes new weather patterns. Asteriation put together a nice table if this interests you, but it's basically just different combinations of clear, sunny, cloudy, and rainy skies to vary up the weather each day. The 1.11.1 update was to fix a couple of bugs that came along with the 1.11 update. These included correcting the arrangement of DIY recipes in your Nook phone app. Apparently they got a little messed up. Color variations for some of the items were fixed at Harvey's Island. The closing music for Nook's Cranny is back, thank goodness, because this music is amazing. If you've never spent time at Nook's 10 minutes before closing, I highly recommend it. And there were some issues with clouds not appearing correctly to correspond to weather patterns. I very much enjoyed this update, even without the secret items hiding in the code. The new items are fun to run around with. Super happy they expanded the catalog of interactive items. Anything I can play with in-game is usually a plus. Again, all this information was data mined by Asteriation. Their site is linked in the description if you want to see more of the code that they've shared with us. They also have a lot of other cool stuff like fish and bug spawn rates, hybrid flower data mines, as well as fun assortment of other miscellaneous information like Lily of the Valley breakdowns, resource collection chances, and how to get all the birthday gifts. I'm very excited for the future of New Horizons. I think that the bigger updates are around the corner. It's common to see a Nintendo Direct in September, so we could possibly be only a few weeks away from such an announcement, or maybe they'll just go back to releasing Animal Crossing update trailers. Who knows? What are you hoping to see from the next update? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!